In the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, we have a 5-point plan. One is to work closely with Treasury to come up with an incentive regime to attract this international capital in this clean cooking space. And we are hoping that in the current Business Laws Amendment Bill of 2025 or the Tax Laws Amendment Bill of 2025, those incentives will feature there. Your Excellency, the second plan is to de-risk this investment which comes into this space. It can be de-risked through the carbon markets, it can be de-risked through the public-private partnership, but in our ministry, Your Excellency, we have a green investment fund to de-risk this investment, and in particular, in the clean cooking space. We have a $40 million US fund, which we are crowding in other international funding to take it to 200 million. It will soon be operationalized. We are just getting an international fund manager. And in the next, before December, Your Excellency, we'll be able to de-risk green investment through equity investment. We are not loaning. So we are putting government skin in the game. If there's an opportunity which is investment grade, if there's an opportunity which is bankable, the government will put 30% of its equity, and then the private sector will put 70%. The third point plan, Your Excellency, is we are, through Kenya Investment Authority, we are working with the clean cooking, I'm told there's a unit called clean cooking, something at the State House, to come up with an investment prospectus, to come up with an investment prospectus so that we can package this opportunity clearly and which will be showcased next year, March, at our Kenya International Investment Conference. The fourth point plan, Your Excellency, is facilitation. Once any investor wants to invest in this space through the Africa Green Industrialization Initiatives, which we are the Secretariat, we want to strengthen that so that we are removing all the unlocks for that investment to flow. And the last one, Your Excellency, is investment retention, which for those who have already set up the barns and the cocoa, we continuously engage them to identify what challenges they face so that we can address and what are the opportunities to be unlocked for them to expand on their investment. Your Excellency, Kenya has already proven that clean energy attracts global capital. The next frontier now is institutional clean cooking. Together, we can make institutional cooking the next big chapter in Kenya's green growth and climate investment story.
The 2024 National Household Air Pollution Strategy indicates that, unfortunately, 26,000 Kenyans lose their lives annually due to indoor air pollution. And over 50% of that 26,000 are, unfortunately, young kids under the age of 5. Indoor pollution illness is estimated to cost our health sector approximately 33 billion annually. The matter of household clean cooking continues to receive growing attention. However, it is our institutional cooking, that's including the schools, the hospitals, and correctional facilities, that have not received the same spotlight. Across the country today, over 90% of schools, a majority of our public hospitals, and nearly all prisons still depend on firewood and charcoal every single day. Studies by Clean Cooking Alliance, represented here by our good supporter and partner, Daphne, show that schools in Kenya spend about 15 billion Kenya shillings each year on firewood, resources that could otherwise have been used for educational purposes, for textbooks, nutrition, or infrastructure. So transition in schools to clean cooking is therefore not just good climate policy, but it is smart economics. We commend the National Council for Nomadic Education in Kenya, which has piloted steam cooking technologies. We equally celebrate the work of our development partners, including Rockefeller, which I believe are represented here, and thank you for the supporting our conference here. CIF, similarly, thank you very much. the Modern Energy Cooking Services, MES, Mwangaza Light, whom you have just seen in the exhibition, GIZ, International Committee of Red Cross, and all who are supporting innovative delivery models across the country. Your collective leadership is deeply valued and appreciated. While these efforts have given strong foundation to reach universal access by 2028, we must accelerate and move from projects to programs, from pilots to national scale.
Instead of the heavy lifting of the cooking pots, the cook stove and the repot is one. So we do have the rotational lever system to just rotate. When it's preparing the meals, we just load it.
And here we have an institutional stove that uses wood and briquettes. Yes, we have a wide range of capacity. Institutions and hotels, and these are the materials which are used. And the CEO of Gideon. It's capable of serving up 200 students at the same time. So the largest capacity that I think is 500 liters. It's currently installed in the girls. You get fully solar power. 50% of time. So for 5 minutes we'll be able to maybe for Uji, tea, yeah. And this is for chocolate. This is still
So when you're operating this, you only open. When you're operating the other pot, each and every pot comes. So how many
conversations in terms of informing the cooking tariff that is making them not use, and then we are able to see the capacity building, the live location.
Ambassador Philip Tiago, Special Envoy on Technology, Ambassador Ali D. Mohammed, welcoming remarks. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Traditional cooking methods in schools, largely reliant on firewood, are not only costly and inefficient, but pose serious health and environmental hazards. They undermine our efforts towards sustainable development and climate resilience. Given our commitment under the Global School Meals Coalition of reaching 10 million learners by 2030, we have to adopt strategies that will ensure school meals do not pose risks to our environment. Transitioning to modern steam cooking technology will deliver various benefits. There'll be a reduction in fuel costs by 90.3%, thereby easing financial pressure on schools and parents alike. There will also be drastic cuts in carbon emissions, helping Kenya to honor its international commitments to climate change mitigation. Eliminating smoke inhalation hazards that threaten the well-being of staff and learners will reduce the attendant health hazards. These benefits are in addition to a higher operational efficiency that will ensure our learners receive timely and nutritious meals that enhance classroom concentration, performance, and retention. Without a doubt, the Clean Cooking Initiative will also create jobs in the local manufacturing and jua kali sector, thereby spurring our economic development and innovation for our people and our youth. Ladies and gentlemen, this initiative is not just a technological upgrade. It is a game changer, a holistic, scalable solution with educational, environmental, economic, and health impacts. I'm pleased to confirm that the program has formally gotten approval by Cabinet. We therefore have the support from the highest levels to implement this initiative. We should take advantage of this momentum, therefore, to accelerate implementation and deliver impact without delay.
As you are well aware, Kenya is already a trailblazer in carbon finance. There is substantial opportunity for growth in this country. Transitioning institutions to clean cooking presents a prime opportunity for significant long-term carbon revenues because their energy needs are aggregated. There are pool demand for cooking fuels. At the same time, we know that carbon finance is not enough. Some $2 billion are needed every year to achieve full access across Africa by 2040. To the funders and investors in this room, your role is critical. It will take a range of blended, innovative financing options coming together to bring about a rapid energy transition across all institutions. But the opportunity is unmistakable, because the energy choices for schools, hospitals, and prisons have the power to set the pace for wider change. They are large enough for the impacts to matter immediately and visible enough for others to take notice. In schools especially, the effect multiplies. Clean kitchens mean healthier pupils, lower cost, and a generation of young people who grow up seeing modern energy as ordinary rather than exceptional. With more than 10 million students in Kenya alone, the expectations formed here can shape the nation's energy story for decades to come. So as we look ahead, let's make this gathering count. The incredible range of institutions represented in this room, from banks, donors, and investors to local governments and agencies across education, energy, prison services, and more, including all the entrepreneurs in this country, sends a strong signal that institutional cooking is a priority. I will ask each of you to leave here with a commitment you can act on within the next year, whether it's adopting a clean cooking policy for schools, allocating a carbon finance line in your next budget, or investing in a delivery unit. Take one step that brings clean cooking into the institutions you influence.
The next frontier of our effort lies in institutions like schools, hospitals, and prisons, where scale meets transformation. Take our schools, for example. Every day, school kitchens in Kenya consume thousands of tons of biomass to prepare meals for millions of learners. During my visit to Testai Primary School, I stepped into a kitchen thick with smoke, eyes watering, cooks coughing. I imagined what it would mean to replace that smoke with clean air. The Envision transformation has begun. Under the National Council for Nomadic Education, a pilot program in 6 schools, which include Nairobi School, Garissa High, among others, was launched to transition their kitchens to modern steam-powered kitchens. This has reduced firewood use, saved costs, and created safer environments for both students and staff. When we transform school kitchens, we protect cooks and children, save trees, and teach a generation what a healthy, climate-friendly, and dignified future looks like. Across our counties, women's groups have become champions of change. Through Joyful Women, an organization I founded 16 years ago, we are leveraging the table banking model to empower women-led enterprises and create awareness about clean cooking as both a health necessity and an economic opportunity. Table banking has enabled women to transition from biomass to clean cooking by giving them access to credit to invest in modern solutions. Women who once cooked over smoky fires are now using clean stoves and fuels, protecting their families' health while building small, clean energy enterprises. I urge every woman to cook safely, for her health, her family, and her future. Ladies and gentlemen, the government is also complementing these efforts through the Affordable Housing Program, which is ensuring that every new unit built across the country includes piped LPG gas installations. This integration is about building a future where every Kenyan family can cook safely and sustainably. We have set an ambitious goal of clean cooking universal access by 2028, not just as a policy target, but as a promise that no mother or child will pay the hidden cost of cooking with smoke. We must finance clean cooking, not as an afterthought, but as an act of faith in Kenya's future. We have already begun. What we need now is partnerships and scale. Each of us in this room, governments, banks, philanthropists, and investors hold a piece of the solution. Our task is not just to mobilize funds, but to redesign our financing logic from isolated projects to coordinated country-led programs, from promises to measurable progress, from pilots to platforms that deliver at scale. Let us dream and act boldly enough to end the toxic smoke that still fills our kitchens. When we finance clean cooking, we finance better health, stronger education, greener forests, and a more equal Kenya.